because them Jews that control the diamond industry through New York and London have blood diamond trades where they are actually setting black people up to kill each other for those diamonds and having little boys and little girls enslaved, and then the black people, the Africans there, are actually getting land or their own land that have diamonds in the ground, and they actually holding black kids at gunpoint, forcing them to stay there all day and just dig in the ground in the heat trying to find diamonds, and then they will shoot them, kill them dead right there if they think that they are stealing diamonds. And then for you all that don't know about Cecil Rhodes, which Bill Clinton and a lot of the other presidents and white people that go to these prestigious academies and universities, they get the Rhodes Scholarship where they can just travel and tour. It's supposed to be educational, but they call themselves proudly Rhodes Scholars. Well, Cecil Rhodes was a dirty white motherfucker that was a slave owner. He went to Africa, shot them black people, took their land, enslaved them, and then when he realized there was gold and there were diamonds on there, he actually got, I think he's Jewish, he got with some other Jews and created De Beers. So all these black people going around here smiling, telling them they got diamonds, and they going to take their life savings and scratching out their last dime, lying, cheating, stealing to get a diamond. Well, De Beers, even to this day, they got evidence of it that they were actually funding these African groups, giving them guns so that they could shoot and kill each other and steal diamonds. So that's why they call them blood diamonds, because a lot of black people are dying in the process of these white people going over there, enslaving them, taking their land, making sure that they cannot own any diamonds, killing them, arresting them if they do, and then encouraging them to do it for each other because white people pay them a lot of money and give them guns if they will steal these diamonds and chop each other's hands off just to get them to put them in De Beers. And these Jews, these rabbis you're talking about, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them do know about this trade, and they want to keep it moving because that way they control the diamond trade, and then they mark up the value of a diamond. They say, well, you only need, and then it's even really racial when you think about how they sell you a diamond, because they say the diamond has to be white. And if the diamond is brown, and we know that diamonds are black, brown, red, green, blue, you have all colors of diamonds. Now you see these jewelry stores actually promoting them and calling them chocolate diamonds. So you didn't know there were chocolate diamonds before because they told you if a diamond wasn't white, it was inferior. If a diamond was brown, if it was yellow, if it wasn't clear, pure white, sparkling, it was inferior. Then you know that anything to them that had melanin in it was lower than something that was absent and devoid of melanin and had no color. So they will tell you that's the one that's the most powerful, that's the most valuable. So you spend your last dime to buy that one because they'll tell you a white diamond is rare when they know they got these diamonds in Europe, in New York, in London, in their vaults, hiding them so that they can justify creating a market of supply and demand because you think it's a small supply of diamonds, white diamonds, so you will pay more for them because you think they're rare when they're really not rare at all. So we need to deal with all the dynamics behind them same Jews and them rabbis you're talking about.
Not the ones I'm talking about. You know, that's why we use a percentage, 5%, 10%, 85%. You know, the good book also says those that call themselves Jews, you know, many years ago, Farrakhan had gotten, you know, the whole Jesse Jackson thing, and he said that they're hiding behind what they call, you know, you got a lot of people that call themselves righteous people, and they hide behind it, and they do a lot of evil. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, you know, those that call themselves Jews who are rich and are the synagogue of Satan. That's who you're talking about.
Okay.
Now, I'm not talking about the very small percentage of those that know what's going on. It's like with us.
Okay.
Very small percentage of us that really know ourselves, know the truth and stuff. You know, majority of us are led like cattle. You know, they say we call them 85%, and peace to any of the gods of earth that may be out there. You know, 85% of rich slave makers of the poor. Mental slave to death and power. I mean, you listen to the media, you listen to the gossip. Those who have no knowledge of who they are, don't know where to go, easily led in the wrong direction, hard to be led in the right direction. Then you got 10% who know the truth, and like you, the ones you're talking about, who they call rich slave makers of the poor, to teach the poor lies, you know, and try to take, you know, advantage of different, like you said, they're milking and screwing all the resources right out of Africa. That's how I look at Africa, and I'm like, you got a big old continent, all these resources, and you're coming over here to be educated? I mean, like, okay, and we came from York. Not to say anything on them or anybody. That's why I said really the so-called African American, the niggers, because nigger in Amharic means dynasty and kings.
Wow.
You know? This whole language thing, we gotta stop calling them white. They're not white. When you call them white, you're giving them something like white, because white means pure, white means clean. They're not white. They're albino people. People.
Yeah.
I remember I had this one more that said he put white on his thing, and I said, why you do that? He said, when I went to the interview, the Caucasian lady said to me, you're not white. He said, neither are you. You're European. You're German, French, whatever, or Caucasian. He said, my shirt is white. He said, I'm pure. White has to do with the white chakra on the crown. That has nothing to do with skin complexion. Just like you talking about the different diamonds. The black diamond is I think it was a movie with was it Steven Seagal or Jet Li with the rapper. I forget which rapper was in it. They were talking about the black diamonds.
Yes.
That's the on the market.
DMX.
Huh?
You talking about DMX?
Yeah. When they talk about the black diamond, they ain't talk about that no more.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I didn't know if you noticed that too when they put certain movies out. And do you remember that movie, Martin Lawrence? He had just came out, and he did that comparison. He did that pool table. He was with Eddie Murphy. I think it was Boomerang. Remember, if you saw that movie, he was saying that the white ball, he said that's how white people deal with white supremacy and racism. And that's what Dr. Frances Cress Welsing was talking about, too, in her book, The ISIS Paper, how the white ball and the same white ball is in golf, too. And they try to use that to dominate all the other races by knocking all the balls of color off the pool table. And he said that that's what the black ball has to realize, that it is more powerful than the white ball. And then once black people realize it and wake up, and then you notice after that, you didn't see Martin Lawrence do those kind of roles anymore. He was paid more money, and then you saw him in another light or doing comedy. So I'm saying it's like when you see those kind of movies that are starting to strike a chord of consciousness and start to ignite subliminal flame in the mind of Moors, of melanated people, then you see when white folks realize that, okay, this person has the potential to attract, not only attract the people that we want to keep blind that we stole from, but also illuminate their mind. We got to come offer them something. We got to bribe them in some kind of way, or we eliminate them, or we set them up.
Did you see he did Black Knight? Martin Lawrence?
Yeah, but you didn't really hear a lot about that one. You saw other bigger things I saw from him after he would bring something conscious. If he was doing comedy, they gave him big shows doing comedy. And then the next time I seen his motherfucking ass, they had on the damn news that he was in damn L.A. in the middle of traffic, in the middle of the street, damn hollering. And they didn't know why he was in the middle of the street hollering, and they had to go get him. That's right, Raw Creole. After that, he went crazy. He was in the street on some of that goddamn good show enough, out of his mind, in the middle of traffic, hollering.
Showing candidate. I know you saw that one with Denzel.
Yep. And now we got Obama.
He's the next man shooting candidate if he isn't already. Martin Lawrence played Black Knight. It was interesting when he first. It was a comedy, and I don't watch it. I really don't watch too much. I watch probably more sci-fi than anything, and or like thinking movies, like mystery or whatever. So in the movie, he went and said, "I'm whatever Martin Lawrence," and they were like, the guards were there, like, you can't come in. He said, I'm from Normandy. They said, oh, you're a Moor. They jumped out the way. It's like, oh, they saluted him and everything. It's, oh, man, the king is waiting for you. He said, a Moor. And throughout the whole movie, they were calling him a Moor, and he was getting, like, all the nobility, respect. And then at the end, they showed that the Black Knight was really the person that came and saved, all the poor people. We're growing up thinking that the Black Knight is a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that the Black Knights of Germany, that's what Hitler tried to hide, was that the original knights of Europe were us. We built all the castles in Europe, the cathedrals, the whole knighthood, because we were the first ones doing iron welding. I got a book right now written in German. Has over 200 some illustrations showing brothers with afros, brothers with cornrows, brothers with Caesars, boar heads, showing sisters with the real boobs and the real butts. Because, after a while, the Middle Ages, they had to put the wires, they call them bustles, to try, like you told me earlier about the making a Frankenstein, putting the fake boobs and the fake butt.
Mm-hmm.
The real, big butt, big boobs. That's more women. The more the women, the better.
You know what? I wanted to say something about this, too. I don't know if you noticed it, too. Key